And we're back with some more Vampire Survivor. And today we're going to be doing a quick tutorial on how to make lots and lots and lots of cash. Now, best person to do it with at the start, you just want to use this initially. There is this big trousers person down here that everyone loves so much, but assuming you don't have a bunch of eggs unlocked, it's usually best to go with Christine here. Now, we're going to limit her max weapons to 2. This is very easy. In fact, I'll go through all of the things you have to unlock and how to unlock them at the end of the video. For now, we're just going to go straight into how you actually make the cash. Reason we're choosing Christine, 1, she's got pentagram, and 2, she's got a minus 30% cooldown, which is just hugely powerful. We're going to start on the Bone Zone, and we're going to have Hyper, Arcanas, everything enabled except Harry. We've disabled Harry because, no, it's not necessary for what we're trying to do here. At the very start, you're going to have all these Arcanas to choose from. You may not have all these Arcanas to choose from, but the only 4 that need to be unlocked for this are Blood Astronomica. This emits zones around you that does damage. We need that. We've got Silent Old Sanctuary, which improves your character if you've limited your weapons. If you have less weapons in all of your slots, or if you're only carrying around, say, 2 weapons, you get a nice big bonus to your cooldown, which is very important. We're also going to want Wicked Season. This, every time you level up, it basically increases your growth, your luck, your greed, and your curse. There's some other things with it. We prefer to get that one last, but we'll worry about that one later. And then there's Disco of Gold. This is what you do to get all of your money farming going. It allows you to get those gold frenzies. So, we're going to grab Blood Astronomia first. We're going to grab that because it's going to give a radius around us. Now, she immediately gets a level up option. We're going to hold out and not pick anything because we want Laurel. We will do 1 reroll. If there's no Laurel, we will just, quit out and start again until we get started with Laurel. Thank you very much. There we go. That's actually second attempt. That is great. Okay, so we'll grab Laurel and we'll pop up here to the shopkeep. This is why we need the inverse mode. Inverse mode, you gain access to an Arcana you can buy for 20 grand. I would advise you to have about 100 grand before you even start trying this, just so that you can mess up a couple of times and still come back in and go again. We're going to immediately grab the Arcana and go down here and grab Silent Old Sanctuary. The most important bit here is minus 8% cooldown for each active weapon slot left empty. We have 4 empty weapon slots. That's a 32% cooldown reduction. We check our cooldown right now. It's at minus 62%. That's insane. Minus 90 is as low as you can go, and we're already at minus 62. We're going to be keeping an eye out for the empty tome. It's a thing that also can drop your cooldown. We'll worry about that in a minute. Now, as we run around, you'll notice here occasionally some of those baddies are exploding. That's actually to do with Laurel. You see, every so often, Laurel drops this... Where is it? There, it drops a little sort of pentagram on the ground, and anything that runs over it gets damaged, which is why we had to hold out for Laurel. Laurel, combined with that Blood Astronomica, does that. So for now, what we're going to keep an eye out for is more Laurel, more pentagram, and Attracto Orb. Attracto Orb increases the radius that Laurel's little explosion things happens at. We want to crank up Laurel, we want to grab Attracto Orb, and we also want to keep an eye out for Empty Tome as well, if at all possible. All of those things help us a lot. Yes, and exit, we're almost up to another level. We want to farm these as quick as we can. Thing is, these only last a short while, so grab them while they're hot. Okay, we have 7 rerolls left. I think we're going to go with another roll. Yeah, we want to leave 4 rerolls just in case we get hurt on the Arcana choices. So, let's go roll it one more time. And Laurel, level 3. Okay. This should reduce... Well, this is also keeping us alive a lot longer because we've got that shield around us. We start with very low hit points. This will become a non-issue later on, but for now, having those low hit points means we get to dodge a lot, and having that extra shield from Laurel really helps. But personally, I would prefer a little bit more Attracto Orb right about now. Pentagram. We want to get that to level 3 as quick as we possibly can, on the grounds that once you get up to there, it has only a 25% chance to destroy anything. Clicking on this now, it's going to destroy all the baddies, and 90% of the time, it'll also destroy all the gems they drop. Yeah, not great. However, see those 4 circles around us? Those 4 little circles were generated by the pentagram. So, maybe use those to grab yourself a few kills afterwards. It is quite useful. Here comes the skeletons. They're a lot tougher than the little floating skeleton heads, so our experience gain is going to drop off a bit here, or it's going to become a little bit more difficult. I would really like to get an Attracto Orb about now. Come on, Randy. For our next level up choice, we do have Attracto Orb, so we are going to take it. Observe the red circle around us. It has now increased in radius. That means we can farm things just that little bit safer. Right. I should probably go through what we're going to also want to pick up here. What we want to grab here, in order, would be Empty Tome, which decreases our cooldown. We're also going to want Attracto Orb because that increases the radius at which we can kill stuff at. We're also going to want to increase Pentagram and Laurel because once we get Pentagram maxed out, well, we don't have to worry about destroying as many gems and it helps us crank up that experience a bit faster. But Laurel and Spellbinder, or sorry, Empty Tome. Once we hit Laurel to about level 7, or 6 or 7, and we get our cooldown reduction to about minus 86, minus somewhere around there, we become invincible. We can't die to regular damage, which means we kind of want to get there reasonably quickly, but we also want to make sure we keep our damage high enough that we can get there. So anyway, other things we want to get on top of Empty Tome and Attractive Orb are Crown. More experience gain is always good. Wings, so that we can run faster. That's important later on. And then Spellbinder and Duplicator. Spellbinder and Duplicator actually help out with our little pulsing damage rings that we do around us. And, oh, Pentagram went off and destroyed everything. Well, no gems for us there. But occasionally it will drop you gems, and when it does, go vacuum those up. It definitely speeds things along. Next up, more Attractor Orb. Yeah, more radius. Ooh, there's a delicious feed. Pentagram level 3, 25% chance to not erase items. Now, this is actually a tough choice, but I definitely got to go with Pentagram. It will destroy any gems that are left on the map, well, 75% of the time right now, but that extra increase is quite handy for us. Ooh, we've got a chest over there, and we accidentally destroyed the chest with a Pentagram. That's going to happen. We would prefer to level up Pentagram a little bit faster. Alright, here comes the projectile level. This is slightly annoying, but it's okay. Our little defensive orb around us helps to slow down the projectiles. It makes them a little bit easier to dodge. Good idea is usually just to run around in circles. Well, Pentagram level 4. Come on, give me something good. Ooh. And there's a chest. And that's going to be Pentagram level 5. Damn it, I should have waited until the rest of the gems came in before I did that. Now we just lost a bunch. Ah! Pentagram level 6. Yes, please. Oh, come on. Seriously? No gems there either? I'll be fine. Hey, that's a beautiful, beautiful amount of experience. Hey, give me Laurel. Give me more Laurel. Let's grab ourselves a chest. Oh, Pentagram, perfect. That'll kill everything on the screen. And, oof, well, I would like the experience. I think we got to go with the Attractor Orb for now. Ooh, and more Laurel. A little bit more protection. We're not quite invincible yet. If we could get our hands on an Empty Tome, we'd be pretty close to it. But that was a beautiful boost of experience, which we desperately needed. This was turning out to be a pretty dicey run, but now we're actually doing some serious... I think we might actually make it. Now that Pentagram is up to level 7, it basically has I think it's a 45% chance of leaving the gems behind, and plus with our refresh time, it's actually working out quite nicely for us. Give us a Attractor Orb. No, there is... Oh, damn it. I think we'll have to go with either Wings or Spellbinder here. I think Wings for the extra movement speed. And we're still holding out a hope that we'll get our hands on Empty Tome at some point. Do remember at this point that you do have Laurel on you, so you are able to tank a fair bit of damage. Empty Tome, excellent. Give me more Laurel, please. So if you look at our cooldown, it's at minus 70%. If we can get that down another 2 levels into Empty Tome, we should be effectively immortal. So we're so close to just being at coast level. But we can't coast just yet, so let's just do a little bit more dancing around the place until Pentagram activates and hopefully gives us a good smash of stuff. There we go. Oh, damn it, I don't want to grab Pentagram just yet, because if we do, it'll destroy all the rest of the gems on the screen that it just did. Oh, and that was sloppy of me. We'll have to use our only revive, get out of there, and then maybe don't make a stupid mistake like that again. Give us an Empty Tome, give us an Empty Tome. Or just give us more Pentagram. Fine, Pentagram level 8. And give us an Empty Tome. Excellent, Empty Tome. What level are we at now? We're at minus 78%. Oof, so close to immortality, but not quite there yet. Alright, we just gotta level out Empty Tome, I think 1 or 2 more times, and we should be golden. Right, that's 1 more to Empty Tome. Give us another one, please. Yep. Oh, and there's a boss over there on the left-hand side, a big skeleton guy. We do not want to pick up a chest. We do not want to evolve Pentagram right now. Just don't evolve it. If you do, it's going to scupper the whole run. So right now we want to avoid grabbing any of those big chests. And you... I think we'll go with Crown. We're going to want Crown at a later date anyway, so let's grab it now for the extra experience gain. And we'll continue on with just doing the ring around a Rosie. Right, Empty Tome, level 4. That means we are now at minus 94% cooldown. Perfect. That's it. We can't die. We're immortal. Now, see that chest over there? Let's avoid it. That's a 10-minute chest, which means it can evolve us. We do not want to evolve. So avoid any chests after or from the 10-minute mark onward. Up there is that skull. When that skull is destroyed, it should leave behind a dark chest, one of the ones that gives you another Arcana. However, our pentagram is maxed out, but only 45% chance to leave that behind. Let's try and avoid maybe popping that just yet. We would like to get pentagram a little bit higher before we do that. Though I don't think we can. Oh, and by the way, we are immortal, so we can just sort of sit here and do this. Nothing can kill us at this point. Ooh, excellent. We didn't kill the guy. That actually works for us. Let's grab an Arcana. Now, the two Arcanas we were looking for were Wicked Season, and the other one was the gold one. But since we don't want to waste any of our rerolls and get the gold one out, we can grab Wicked Season now. We don't have to worry because we're already invincible. We don't have to worry about this. If you're not invincible at this point, one, things have probably gone a bit awry because you haven't got Laurel maxed out or you haven't got Empty Tome. You would probably want to spin until you get the gold. But since we've already got these two maxed out, we'll grab this. Now, see this thing below you? That means you're gaining extra experience right now while that's active. That's okay. However, it also changes to one of four things. It will change from luck, growth, greed, and curse. These four things down here. It's going to cycle through these and double the effect of those while it's active. So, curse is a bit of a problem if you don't have invincibility because everything becomes twice as fast. You won't be able to run away from anything, so you need to be invincible before you grab this one. Now, let's just vacuum up everything on the map. What do we got? Crown, wings, what are we missing? Spellbinder and Duplicator kind of work well with our current weapon, so we don't really need them right now, though, because we're invincible. We're going to hold out until we're going to be upgrading, so you can pretty much do whatever you want at this point. If you've gotten to this point, you're good to go. Let's just max these out, and we'll play it by ear from now on. Oh yeah, and we just get to stand here now. We don't need to move. When I said we were going to be doing gold farming, I didn't say we were going to do it fairly or anything. We're definitely doing this in the laziest way possible. You will have to work for it for the first 10 to 15 minutes, but once you've got it up and running, it's pretty much a hands-free affair. Alright, give us a crown for more XP gain. Nope, none of you. We'll go with wings. Alright, here's where we come into the end decisions. Now, normally you can get Duplicator and Spellbinder. They work quite well with our pulse damage weapon. However, we don't really care about that anymore. The majority of our damage is going to be coming from Pentagram. So, we could grab Stone Mask for more gold coins. However, I think I will stick with the original plan just to show you what you normally end up with. So, let's banish one of these. We'll say banish armor. And we're going to hold out for the originals, which are Duplicator and Spellbinder. How did I end up picking Candelabrador? Oh, I must hit spacebar at one point. Whoops. Yeah, who cares? It doesn't make a difference, honestly. At this point, we're kind of... Whoop. Do not pick up the chests. Okay, for now, we're going to hold out until the 21-minute mark. But we can still level up our character because we would like to make Pentagram a little bit safer. The reason we would have preferred Duplicator is Duplicator will actually increase the damage of our weapon, which allows us to farm just that little bit better. Once you've maxed out all your weapons and supports, we can increase the chances that Pentagram does not destroy stuff when it explodes. So, done and done. I think that can only go up to level 7 though, so once we get about 5 more levels into it, we don't really care about experience gain. Oh, and yeah, maybe grab the little bit of extra gems that scuttle around the edge of the map. Keep an eye out for bosses though. If any of them drop any chests, you do not want them on top of you when you explode, because then you'll automatically pick those chests up, and we do not want those. As you can see, when Curse kicks in, everything is moving an awful lot faster. And they really want to kill you an awful lot more. They're also tougher, harder to kill, lots of other stuff. That doesn't matter. Boom. Done. Done. All we need, I think, is a couple more levels, and that will be it. We'll be maxed out. Once you hit this point, who cares? Just put it on always floor chicken. If you have full health, it really makes no difference. Actually, we can't take damage, can we? Never mind. Always bag of coins. With either one, it won't make a difference. We're effectively immortal. We'll just stand around here. All we're waiting for is minute 21. At minute 21, a boss will come along that we can kill and get our 4th and final Arcana, at which point we can start going nuts. Another thing to note, move away from the chests. You still have a chance to destroy them with your pentagram, so once you've popped a boss and their chest is left behind, just walk away, move somewhere else, and then make another chest stockpile. We'll come back to those chests later. At minute 20, a boss is going to show up. This is the last boss you have to worry about. Just make sure they don't donate you their chest, and you'll be free and clear to finish this off and get to the absolute perfect gold mining strategy. Well, for Christine at least. We'll be upgrading with big trousers in a minute, but for now we just want to make a cool 7 million. Ah, there's the boss. And boss is dead. Perfect. All we're going to do now is wait another 30 seconds and we'll get the boss that drops us the chest that allows us to get our last Arcana. 2 minutes, 20 minutes, 21 minutes. Ah, there we go. And there's the final chest. Perfect. Now, what we're looking for here is the gold one, I believe. We've got all of these things, but they're all terrible. Rerolls, we've got 6 left, which is good. Depending on how many Arcanas you unlocked, you might need them all. And there it is. Disco of Gold. Picking up coin bags from the floor triggers Gold Fever. Obtaining gold restores as many HP. We don't care about the HP. So let's grab this. Now, let's go find one of those chests that we dropped. There we go. Let's give us an evolution. Boom. This turns Pentagram into Gorgeous Moon. Gorgeous Moon generates extra gems and gathers all of them when it activates, but it also has another bonus by taking up to this. We activate Limit Break. So, let's get a level up here real quick. In fact, let's just grab this. Level up. Amount +1. I don't know exactly what it means by amount, but what it normally does is it triggers Gorgeous Moon to go off when you get a level up. So, let's see. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Doop, 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 doop. Any second now. There we go. Perfect. Then we get another one. And what this is going to do is cause a sort of a ripple effect where we keep getting more and more level ups. Oh. And more level ups. And more level ups. And more. Okay, I'm going to turn off the sound for a minute because this gets really annoying really quickly. Let's go with a little bit of tunes instead. Right, and as you can see, it keeps going again and again and again, but that's enough pressing. I'm just going to hit random next time. Random, always. There's only one option with Gorgeous Moon. So, we hit random always. Now what happens is, well, we're just going to start leveling up an awful lot. You'll notice we're at 87, 88, and this is going to start accelerating. It's not going to stall out, it's actually going to start getting faster, which is a bit crazy. You'll also notice we're getting a few gold fevers. Don't worry about that for now. Let me just level this up until we hit about level 200 or so, and then we can cut back in to really get to the meat and veg of this. I think that enough time has passed. You'll see that our level has gone up to 180. And you can see the amount +1 going up above us. That's basically it leveling up our Gorgeous Moon. It's at 125. You notice it's accelerating quite rapidly. Now here's the problem. Let's go pick up one of these chests that we left lying around, assuming you can see it. It's over here. And the problem is the game doesn't really let you. When you're leveling up, you can't pick up chests. So the reason we had to wait so long before leveling up Gorgeous Moon was if we didn't, well, we wouldn't have been able to pick up the chests that allowed us to get our Arcanas. We would be locked out of the Arcanas, and the only way to get our... Well, there is another way to get them, but that takes an awful lot longer. So this was just the fastest way of doing it. Right now, we are immortal, and we can kill anything we run into. Let me just grab the last of these chests to clear up the arrows on the map, and then we can get on with the serious gold farming. Okay, let's try and explain this all together as to why we picked this map, this character, these abilities, everything that's going into making this work so well together to give us this nice amount of money. This is effectively a hands-off approach. Ooh, 1 second, there's a chest left behind. We don't need it, but I just want to clean up the map for now. Okay, here's how it works. As we move forward, that radius zone we've got around us, the red zone, you can't really see it because it's covered in the currently infinite pentagram going off. That red zone kills those torches. See those torches lying on the ground? And the bone zone is special in that those torches only drop one of two things. One is a gold coin, the second is a gold bag. They're the only things they can drop. They don't drop freezes, they don't drop anything else. Freezes are a bit of an annoyance when you're trying to gold farm. So anyway, since they can only drop those two things, and gold bags combine with our Disco of Gold card over here to give us gold rushes, or sorry, gold fevers, that means so long as we just keep running in one direction, we'll keep running into torches. Eventually one of those torches will give us a bag, and that bag will then allow us to activate a gold fever, and then we will start harvesting gold. Now, as you can see, we're harvesting the gold there, great. However, we need to be able to kill everything. Every other weapon you try just is not as good as this one. The reason being, this thing scales with the enemies. It kills enemies instantly. It doesn't actually do damage to them, it just kills them. And this can be a problem on some levels, because some levels have bosses that are immune to the actual weapon. Not on the bone zone. Everything on the bone zone is susceptible to this, meaning you can just charge in one direction, even if a boss shows up, boom, you'll kill it, and then you can just get on with your day. There's nothing that can actually stop you, or slow you down, or inconvenience you in any way, shape, or form. That is a banging tune. Damn it, I don't get to listen to the music as much because normally I'm editing videos, so... Anyway, where were we? Yes. Now, this other Arcana here, the 4 Seasons one. This one is the one that's giving us that little weird thing below our character. See the little symbol that shows greed, and then it switches over to luck and curse and all that stuff. That there increases these 4 stats, luck, growth, greed, and curse, by 0.5% every time we level up. So as we level up, these get bigger. Luck increases the amount of lamps that spawn, so more lamps will spawn on the map, meaning more chances for us to get gold coins and, more importantly, gold bags to trigger the gold fevers. Growth means the more people we kill, the faster we grow, which means the more we level up, meaning the more growth, meaning the more luck. Greed increases the amount of money we get from each gold coin we pick up. At some point, you'll start... Every gold coin you pick up won't be giving you 1 gold coin, it'll be giving 10. And later on, it'll be giving you 100. You'll get 100 gold just for a single gold coin. It gets crazy. Curse increases the amount of enemies that spawn, frequency, toughness, all that stuff. So you get more enemies to kill, which feeds into the whole gold fever thing. So all 4 of these stats are just going to keep increasing as we keep killing things. And as has been pointed out, they can't get tough enough to ever not kill. And the more people we kill and the higher level we become, the more we level up and the more gorgeous moons just keep going off. So effectively, you could just... AFK this, sort of. And by sort of, I mean you want to keep moving one direction. The reason being you need to keep lamps keep coming in. The more lamps that keep coming in, the faster you can get those gold fevers, meaning the more money you can make. Right now we're still down at the pathetically low amounts of gold making, but that will start to increase. So, grab a chest, don't need it, but we're going to do it. There is one other bonus, but I'll cut into that once we hit the 30-minute mark in the video, so I'm just going to skip forward to the 30-minute mark. As we come up on the 30-minute mark, the game resets, as in it goes back to the start in terms of waves. And see, up there, just on the right of the clock, there's a shopkeeper. The shopkeeper spawns in wherever you are on the map at the 30-minute mark. Also, the 60-minute mark, and damn it, I can't see him. There we go. And you can come in and buy another Arcana if you want, or you can buy some other stuff, revivals, whatever. So if you do have any other Arcanas you'd like to play around with, you can do it like, say, Mad Groove. That one attracts all of the standard stage items to you. You can also go with Heart of Fire, so you explode when people attack. Boogaloo of Illusions. There's all these stuff you can buy, but realistically none of them helps. I've actually bought Game Killer before, and it doesn't stop you from gaining experience. You still gain experience. I don't know how. I think it's something to do with the effect of Gorgeous Moon generating extra experience gems, but it does slow you down, I think. Anyway, we'll just grab Mad Groove for now, and that brings all of the items to us. Now... you know what, that's good. I think we got everything we want, do we? I can't actually see anything. There's too much junk on the screen. And there's a chest. How did it not bring the chest? It's supposed to bring all the chests as well when it activates. You know what, never mind. Alright, with that done, we can start running. Oh, if you do want to try and pick up those items, you can. The rings and things like that, they don't actually help you. And the Atlanteans will spawn. You can't kill the Atlanteans because they're immune to your Gorgeous Moon, but they can't kill you either. So they'll just follow you around like an annoyance. I wouldn't worry about it too much. Anyway, we need to generate 7 million gold so that we can get on with stage 2 where we can do some serious gold farming. So I'm just going to automate this system. Now, you can automate the system by finding some sort of fancy thing that presses the buttons for you, or maybe some sort of button control. Personally, I go with something a little bit more low-tech because, well, I'm lazy. And this just seemed more convenient because I use things that were just lying around the place. Your solutions may vary. Anyway, let's just skip it forward a bit. I'm going to go for a walk. Coming up on the 2-hour mark, this looks pretty solid. 366 million. That's usually sufficient for most people, I would say, for a lot of their needs. However, this is not the most efficient character for doing it with. It's one of the better ones, I will admit, but not as efficient as it could be. Let's just stop that right there. What did we come out to? We came out to 368. You know what? Who cares? Time to quit. Oh, before we go, I should... crank the music down. I just let you hear what it sounds like so you know why I've turned off the sound. This is all you hear. That's it. It's the sound of just so many pentagrams going off. Okay then. Now, when you quit out, be aware of one thing. Yeah, it's going to suck when you quit out just a little bit because it's going to take the game a few minutes to adapt. It's got to calculate all of the stuff, and it seems it takes a while. So give it a minute or two and it'll sort itself out. Oh, finally. Oh, there we go. So that's 368 million solid amount of earnings. However, there is a better way to do this, and that is with trousers here. Once you've done your first run with Christine, she's so good for this on the grounds that she's got that massive cooldown reduction, and she's also got a speed bonus. Minus 30% to cooldown, plus 30% to, move speed, or sorry, plus 40% to move speed? Something along those lines. She's faster than average, which means she gets to places quicker, which means she gets the torches in range faster. Anyway, trousers here also very good, but their massive bonus is greed. They get plus 1% greed every level. Forever. Right. So you're immediately going to want to buy yourself about 700 or 800 eggs. That should be more than sufficient. So 7 or 8 million is all you really need to get Trouser started. And then it's effectively the same thing, except we're going to throw on Hurry. You can leave on Hurry this time around, and that kind of helps because it gives you an XP bonus of 25%, but the clock moves twice as fast, which means it only takes you half as long to get where you want to go. By that I mean, let's just grab this, same thing again, go up here, pick a card, and immediately grab Silent Old Sanctuary. So these two cards to start with. And you notice we're able to just basically slaughter these guys really quickly. No, we want none of these. We also have extra rerolls because of the golden eggs. No. Fine, we'll take Pentagram. So what we're looking out for here is Laurel and Attracto Orb, but realistically we have... Ooh, Duplicator. Well, you know what? We'll grab that now. Seriously? Okay, fine. Give me a reroll. Laurel, there we go. As you can see, we can effectively annihilate things because of all the upgrades we've got going on. As you can see, we're rapidly just gaining what we need. These extra eggs basically give you more armor, recovery, hit points, move speed, might, all sorts of things. They also decrease your cooldown duration, which means we can quickly get to that invincibility level quite fast. If you do not have any eggs on them, though, they will not get their cooldown low enough to become immortal, which makes things a little bit trickier. Which is why we like to do Christine first. Now, in this instance, we're going to use Spellbinder and Empty Tome and all the same build, but realistically, you can use anything you want. If you would like to use the greed thing, the Stone Mask, you can, though realistically, why would you care? Stone Mask will only increase your greed by, what, 50%, 80%? I'm not even sure what it was. The Arcana we're going to get is going to put thousands of greed on top of us. That small bonus from the Stone Mask seems kind of pointless. Anyway, this Empty Tome will take us to minus 88%. Combined with maxed out Laurel means we are effectively now immortal. We don't really have to care about that anyway because, well, as you can see, we're killing everything that just gets even mildly close to us. In fact, the last level of Spellbinder is, or Empty Tome is almost wasted. We're at minus 88%. Minus 90 is the cap. Going below that does nothing. So even if once you hit minus 90, your weapons are firing as fast as they ever possibly will. If you'll notice those sort of sigils on the ground, those sigils on the ground are what's being laid down by Laurel combined with our Blood Astronomica Arcana. That's what's doing most of the killing for us. Pretty much all of it. Now, all we're missing now is wings, and then we're done. We are 7 minutes 51 in. In fact, that's moving at double speed because we're in a hurry, so we're 4 minutes in, we're maxed. All we have to do now is wait until we get the Arcana chests. We don't really care if we level up a little bit extra on top of that. Once we start getting into the later levels and we start going to thousands, it won't really make a difference. What a difference 700 eggs makes. Sorry, 800 eggs on this one. Nope. I do not want to pick up the chest. Stay away from me. There we go. Perfect. Now what we're going to do is wait until minute 21, which is, well, actually, that's 10.5 minutes in. Time moves at double speed. Right, here comes our minute 11 one. Come on. There we go. Give us the Arcana, and you do not have the one we're looking for. We will just hit reroll. And Disco of Gold or Wicked Season. Honestly, at this point, either one makes no difference. Maybe Wicked Season so we can start cranking up the growth. You know what? Yeah, let's go with Wicked Season. Alright, here's the minute 20 boss. We're just going to avoid him. Do you want to Apocalypse the guy or Pentagram him, whatever? Here we go. Deaded. Now we're just going to wait for minute 21, grab the last Arcana, and then we can start power leveling. Where's Scully? Oh, there he is. Hey, Skullface, come here. Excellent. All we need now is Disco of Gold. That's it. Once those 4 cards are gotten, we are sorted. Oh yeah, no, we have to find a chest as well. Where's the chest? Give us any chest. Oh my god, there's so many all over the place. Yeah, one down there. Perfect. Gorgeous moon. Excellent. And that's it. Yeah, random always. Thank you very much. Now, where did I put those chests? So yeah, already getting a little bit out of hand. Anyway, let's just start the journey to the right-hand side of the screen. Oh my god, yep. 1 second. There we go, much better. And then you just start running to the right. Now you'll notice that the red circle around us this time is much, much, much larger. That sort of red swirling that all goes all the way off the top of the screen. That's to do with the Blood Astronomica and Magnet. The size of your magnet field is actually determined by the base. So our base magnet size has gone up an awful lot because of all the golden eggs we've consumed. So since Magnet scales on top of that and Blood Astronomica works off Magnet, we can now grab stuff from huge distances away. And that's great for snagging those torches as we run by. And now our greed goes up 3 times faster than before. You have to remember this Wicked Seasons thing increases all of these 4 stats by 0.5% every level. But we get 1% greed growth every level, so we're now getting 1.5% greed growth every level, meaning it will go 3 times faster than luck, growth, and curse, meaning our money income is going to go through the roof really quick. Oh, and do bear in mind again, this is on double speed mode, which means we gain experience 25% faster, and that clock at the top, you have to divide the time in half to get an accurate assessment of how long we've actually been playing. Now let's just fast forward to, say, minute 120 and see how well we're doing. It's 240 minutes on the clock. That equals 2 hours of playtime. Yeah, you got to remember to divide it by 2. All right. I figured out, I just was doing some checking there. I was watching it for the last few minutes, and you make about 11 million a minute. So every minute you're pulling in about 11 million, as long as you just keep running along like this. We've started to hit weird checkpoints, though. For example, if you look up on the top right there at the money, the first 2 digits don't move. They're constantly stuck on 0. As far as I can tell, any gold coins we get are not worth like 1 anymore. If you check under the numbers here, our greed is at 130,000. So, pretty greedy. Yeah, that's a lot of greed going on. The curse is, I don't think curse can actually get any worse than this. I mean, the amount of enemies that spawn is just ridiculous at this point. I think it maxes out. You can only have 300 enemies on screen at the same time, and the weapon is activating so consistently, it's just stupid. It's kind of hard to figure out exactly how much money you're making because the gold frenzies, actually let's grab one here now. See, that one seems very calm and tame, and then suddenly, boom, it goes off the screen. It's occasionally a blob of coins will just hit you and that's it. It just sends you out of the park. But I think that works. We're just shy of it. You know what? I'm just going to let this finish and get to 1 billion. Just so that it's a nice round number. There we go. 1 billion. It just felt wrong getting this high and not collecting that. Anyway, a few things to note about this. 1, the growth is not completely linear. The problem is, as you start hitting gold fevers like this, the coins are worth so much, they eventually the way we're kind of dumping them into us is inefficient. As in, a small amount comes in. Oh, damn it, how do I explain this? If you want to make, say, 100 grand in this, you can spread that out over 30 seconds, maybe a full minute, by slowly dribbling in the coins. However, if you want to make 500,000, you got to cram all that in about 2 or 3 seconds. And then if you want to make more than 500,000, you got to cram that in about 1.5 seconds. Gold fever takes more and more gold the more you've already collected. So you're getting up to these stupendously high numbers. What normally happens is we get a gold fever going on, and if we do get a big influx of coins, it immediately maxes us out pretty much, and then the gold fever just ends, unless you can keep feeding it 1 million a second, and even then, that'll only keep you going for another second or 2. So it's just, it's unsustainable. It just doesn't give you a lot of time to get in a lot of kills to generate as much coins. So we're still generating way more as it goes up. Don't get me wrong. We're definitely generating more as we go. It just means it doesn't go up in a straight line. It actually sort of flattens out or dips a bit. Ooh, that was a nice one. But it's still more advantageous to just keep playing on and letting it run and increasing your greed more and more and more. Oh, wow, we've hit a breakpoint. Top right, we've now maxed out the first 3 digits. That means every single coin is giving us 1,000 gold. Wow, I wonder if that's going to drastically increase our income. Nope, we're done. We've got more than enough money. I don't need more than 1 billion. I don't. That's if you want more than 1 billion yourself, keep going. You can quit playing around with this. We're just going to quit out, and then we're going to see exactly how long it takes for this to catch up with all of the killing that's gone. Ooh, 1.8 trillion for Gorgeous Moon. That's, wait, no. 12.8p. Pentillion? I don't know. You know what? Who cares? That takes a longer and longer time the longer you go. Okay. Done. We've got all of those resources. I like to make sure I don't quit out of that just to make sure that that actually saves. For both of those runs, this was the power-up selection I was running with. I disabled Charm and I disabled Defang just to make things a little bit more fair. I did leave Seal on. For those of you who are unfamiliar with Seal, it allows you to go into Collection here and disable things. For example, Cross never showed up as an option to get things. I did not block any of the supports. I left all the supports in just to make things a little bit more fair. But this makes it much easier for you to grab Laurel. However, I would point out that if you're running Christine basically gets to start the game and make a choice. If she doesn't have Laurel, she just restarts, so it's effectively free. If you're running Big Trousers, it's very nice to have this because every time you start the game, you're going to have to pay 20 grand to buy that Arcana. And if you don't roll good and things go badly wrong, well, you might get in trouble. But then again, if you're paying big treasures, you've usually already got enough money into him in terms of golden egg, so it should be fine either way. If you want to get this power up and gain access to seal, it is expensive, but the first thing you need to do is gain access to banish. Every 20 items you reveal in this collection here, so you're going to need 100 of them, but for every 20 of them, you will gain one option to buy a banish tick. Each banish tick is worth 2 banishes. If you banish 10 weapons during a single run, it will unlock seal, and then you can buy levels into seal. This is very expensive. It costs a few million. But honestly, most of these things you're just going to want to max them out. You could, in fact, disable curse if you want. It would make your life a little bit easier, probably. So, what do you actually need to unlock, and in what order should you probably do them in? Well, the first thing you're going to want to do is play around as Antonio, because that's the only thing you'll have access to. But then after that, you're going to want to get Imelda. Reason being, Imelda is just better, and she gains 10% more experience every 5 levels. This is really powerful at the start because you will have nothing in any of the power-ups because you won't have any money. The moment you get money, you're going to want to put some into growth. You're going to want to put some into cooldown, might. Pretty much you're going to spread it around, but mostly cooldown and growth are 2 big things because that makes you better. Once you've maxed out your power-ups, you're going to switch from Imelda over to Pugnala usually because they gain a might bonus every level and their starting weapon is just better in general. For most of all of the levels, you're going to want to concentrate on, well, getting Pugnala up to getting the empty tomb so that you can gain more speed, which higher rate of fire. It's just one of the best weapons. Santa Water, also incredibly powerful. The 2 of those generally are just no-brainers. Empty Tomb, Santa Water, done. Garlic, I wouldn't worry about it too much. Magic Wand is just a great default for knocking things back. Any bosses that have knockback, it's great for keeping them away from you. Though, if you're finding you're struggling with a level or any of the bosses, a good idea is just to go and grab yourself Laurel. Laurel can keep you alive, especially if you've got high cooldown, and you can tank so much more, it's amazing. But in general, play around, have fun with the weapons. To unlock Christina, all you have to do is grab Pentagram and get it up to level 7. So that's the basic characters. Getting big treasures we'll come back to. But let's assume that you have picked your character and you're going in. At the start, you will only have access to stage 1. Once to get to stage 2, 3, 4, and 5, what you have to do is get a character up to level 20 in stage 1, then a character up to stage 40, or level 40 in stage 2, level 60 in stage 3, level 80 in stage 4, and that will unlock stage 5. I would advise you also to survive at least till the 25-minute mark and kill the boss at the 25-minute mark. That unlocks hyper mode for each level. It's just a... second here. What it does is it gives you more bonus, more gold, more luck, more move speed, and stuff like that. But more importantly, once you've unlocked hyper mode for 3 levels, you gain access to the Bone Zone, which is where we were doing our gold runs. Other things you will need to do. You will need to kill the boss on level 5. I recommend you bring along Laurel so you can survive that a little bit longer. Grabbing their relic, that unlocks limit breaks, so you can have limit breaks on all your levels after that. At the same time, you're going to want to go to the Galileo's Tower. That's got 2 relics on it as well. One is the Arcana one, which unlocks Arcanas for you, and the other one is Sorcerer's Tears. Sorcerer's Tears unlocks Hurry Mode, and Hurry Mode is important, well, for your final runs. That just leaves Inverse and Endless. For that, you need to get access to the Edmonia M level. This plays quite nicely into everything else, because to gain access to it, you have to grab all the relics. So, Inlaid Library, give me that relic. Dairy Planet, give me those 2 relics. Galileo Tower, well, we had to grab those 2 anyway. And Capella Magna, we had to grab that one as well. Once you've grabbed all of those relics, this area becomes available. You just go in and talk to a weird faceless entity there, and that gives you access to Inverse and Endless. 2 of the relics you need to unlock this Edmundia stage, I feel like I should really mention. One is in Moonglow. The shopkeep is present in Moonglow, and if you have to buy a relic off him for 10 grand. But buying that relic off him, pretty cheap, well, pretty efficient. Then you have to survive in Moonglow for 14 minutes. This unlocks another stage, and at the end of that stage, you'll gain access to the Yellow Sign, which is one of the other relics you need. In fact, if you're looking for the relics you need, they're all listed down here. Well, ignore these last 2, but everything from this gold book to that thing up there, they all need to be found. This means you will also need to buy 1 egg. You can also get an egg by killing death, or you can just buy an egg from the shopkeep. With all of that out of the way with, there's only 5 items. I know there's so much to this, isn't there? This game has a lot of unlockables, but there's only 5 items left you have to worry about. First is the Arcanas. We've got Blood Astronoma. This one here is the one that emits those damaging zones around you. They're the ones that allow you to do the early farming, and they crack open the lights for you later. Thing to remember is Pentagram and the Bloody Moon thing, or Gorgeous Moon, they don't crack lamps. You need a damage source to crack lamps, which is where this comes in. Very, very useful. This is unlocked by just getting Poe up to level 50. Poe is the garlic breath guy. Green guy with the little cane. Yeah, once you get him to level 50, boom. Problem solved. That unlocks that Arcana. One thing though, you do have to have Arcanas unlocked before you get Poet level 50. If you've already got Poet level 50 and then unlock Arcanas afterwards, just as a reminder, that's Galileo Tower. It's the 4th stage in Vampire Survivor. That's where you unlock Arcanas, so you're going to have done that first before you get Poet level 50 to unlock this card. Then there's Wicked Season. This one here is the one that gives you that 1% growth to growth, luck, greed, and curse every 2 levels. Very, very powerful card. This one here is only unlocked by getting Christine to level 50. Christine is the one who actually, the Pentagram Lady. So Pentagram Lady to level 50 and boom, you've unlocked this. Again, you have to have Arcanas unlocked. Disco of Gold and Silent Old Sanctuary. These are the, Disco of Gold is the one that allows you to the Gold Fevers. Silent Old Sanctuary is the one that gives you the massive cooldown reduction, assuming you have some weapons blocked off. Those two are much more difficult. You have to survive to 31 minutes on the Inlaid Library and the Dairy Planet, respectively. The Reaper spawns after 30 minutes, which means you've got to survive a full minute with the Reaper trying to kill you. Get Laurel. Get Laurel maxed out. In fact, get it to Crimson Shred. Evolve it to Crimson Shred if you can, and get Clock Lancet and evolve that up to whatever its evolved counterpart is as well. Good thing to get those, though, would be Mad Groove. Mad Groove allows you to suck all the stage items towards you, and those items include the silver and gold ring and the 2 crossbows that allow you to upgrade Clock Lancet and Laurel. So if you upgrade both of those, you're pretty much guaranteed to survive death. Just make sure you don't put it on hurry mode like I did. So, where do you get Mad Groove? Pretty easily, you just get it by surviving to minute 31 in the Mad Forest. So yeah, all of them are pretty much bad options. But if you can survive one, like, I would probably go for the Mad Groove first. That's probably the easiest one to grab. Well, not the easiest one to grab, but once you grab that, it gives you access to this card. And since you can make an Arcana selection at the very start, you can immediately click that at the start of any level to suck all of the artifacts towards you as well. It's a really good card to have, especially when you want to do some relic collecting. Anyway, that leaves us with one last thing to do, and that is this level here. This is Moonlight. Moonlight has 4 little pickups in every corner. So, for example, if we go over... Oh, God, 1 second. Up here in the top left... Oh, damn it. Sorry, 1 second. You can see that we've got Duplicator, Tiramisu, the Attracto Orb, and the Empty Tomb. There's 4 items here, 4 on our right, 4 below us, and 4 diagonally bandanas to the right. There's 16 of them in total. To unlock the character we're currently wielding, Big Trousers, you need to collect all of these items, max every single one of them out, and then exit the game. Can't stay in here and just go until you die, because what'll happen is Tiramisu will get knocked off you. Tiramisu gives you 2 revives, so if you lose those revives, you don't have the 16 items when you finish the game. So what you have to do is collect all of them, level all 16 items up to max, and then quit out. And if you do that, you will then gain access to Big Trousers down here. And once you've got Big Trousers, that is the very last thing you need to achieve all of these things. At which point you've kind of turned it into a clicker game, because all you're doing is farming lots of gold. At this point, we have so much money and can buy so many eggs that I'm pretty sure we could turn any character into an unstoppable killing machine. But hey, it is what it is. Do what you gotta do. Anyway, I'm gonna cut this out here. I hope you enjoyed it. Good luck.